Muy buenos días, les damos la más cordial bienvenida a esta presentación en el marco del Festival Internacional Camerata 21 en su edición 2021. En esta ocasión contamos con la presencia del maestro William Anderson, una personalidad distinguida del mundo de la música en las áreas de interpretación, composición, producción y docencia. Professor Anderson, thank you for joining us once again at the festival. Despite the conditions and difficulties arising from the contingency period due to COVID-19, we acknowledge your effort and generosity to be with us and share music with the students. So thank you so much. Welcome. Today we have three students. The first student is Bernardino Rodriguez. Bernardino is going to play Rondó by Castelnuovo-Tedesco. Welcome.
Muy bien. I like it very much. Thank you so much. Really brilliant playing.
Thank you, thank you.
So, let's see. How much time do we have for each person?
We have around 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. So it's 20 minutes after already. But so very, very beautiful. I have a few little thoughts. When you have the 16th notes, I think it could be a little more straight because you have the facility to really play it fast, and so maybe it doesn't always need to be so fast, and the way your rubato is sometimes it has to do with the accidents and the contingencies of the guitar fingerboard, and sometimes so I think you can straighten that out a little bit. I have the score here. I'm looking at the score. It's this kind of thing in measure. I don't have measure numbers, but yeah, page 3.
Yeah.
Those things, I think you can be very straight. I like the speed though, and I like the brilliance. It's really beautiful and impressive playing. The other thing I want to mention is that I just encourage you to study the difference between guitar rubato and piano rubato.
Okay.
Because the piano rubato, pianists have a different, and they have a more rigorous approach. And I listen a lot to Leon Fleischer and Arthur Schnabel. Arthur Schnabel was Leon Fleischer's teacher, and listen to their approach to rhythm. This is very classical music in a way, but it's romantic, but it's also still very classical. It's almost Brahmsian, and so I'd like you to study the difference between Segovia phrasing and the kind of phrasing you hear Christian Zimmermann he's a great Chopin player, Christian Zimmermann. Listen to how his list is like one of the best, but also with Chopin, and listen to how they make the romantic lines work. And Liszt and Chopin are good things to compare for Castelnuovo-Tedesco, maybe. So, for example, that kind of rubato is nice. Sometimes, play a little bit for the beginning, but I'll stop you and I'll show you what I mean. The opening was really good. Go ahead.
Okay.
I really loved everything you did. I don't need any marking of the 4th, 8th notes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What Arthur Schnabel and Leon Fleischer and other Schnabel students talk about in this case is like it's only inside your mind. It's only for you. It's an accent that you hear yourself, but you try to, by making the 5th note, 2, 3, 4, 5th, the 5th, 8th note a little louder, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You keep doing the crescendo so that there's no accent on the second half of the bar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the 5th beat is louder. So this is the kind of thing like this kind of very small decision about what to accent and what not to accent. This is, I think, something you can think about. Okay. And I'm being super picky because your playing is so polished and so excellent. It's really beautifully done. So I stopped you only because of that. Can you keep going a little bit?
From
the same place where we just stopped.
Okay.
Where we just stopped.
Sorry, I missed the fingering, sorry.
Don't worry. Your playing is so beautiful. So sometimes you can play ta 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 ta. That's a more dancey way to play. It's more Renaissance, more dance, like kick the beginning of the attack rate, when the attack rate is instated. So you ta 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 ta. I associate that kind of texture to Renaissance music, because in Renaissance music, when you have a new attack rate, you bring it out, but then you back off as soon as it's instated.
Okay.
It's instated.
It's already.
It gets into the ear. It gets into an ear as an element, as a rhythmic element, and then you back off and blend. Ta 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 ta. Okay. So that's a different kind of like he usually has crescendos on those figures. Ta 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 ta. And that then we talk about the romantic phraseology where you don't accent the fifth eighth note, but you keep crescendoing through it. So these are very fine points about the phrasing in this piece. Yeah, I have other things on the other side of this, so maybe we better go on.
Okay.
Jorge, yeah, this is wonderful, wonderful playing. Bravo, Bernardino. Congratulations.
Thank you. So
okay, we have more time if you need maybe 10 minutes more. 10 minutes more, it's okay.
How many people do we have?
Two more.
Yes, we have more time for Bernardino, 10 minutes more, and we continue with the other students.
Okay, good.
We have 2 students more. Okay?
Okay. So now, let's play then from the middle of page 1. I want to hear the triplets at the end. Let's hear the triplets at the end. Get like a few more. Continue where you stopped.
Okay.
I have a couple more ideas. Okay. I'm not stopping you because it's any big problems, because you're playing this really well. It's just have some conversations, and I'm sorry I can't speak Spanish because my Spanish is so bad. So the question I have is, I want you to, 2 things that were in my mind. You have these figurations, and then they land on the 6th, 8th note on a low note. da 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 da. And so those eighth notes at the end of the 16th notes, you're doing a really good job. And sometimes I want them to have more consistent weight.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's really hard. So it's also, I think sometimes it's like having just the right. It's not only it's your conception and your acknowledgement of the durations. See, in this kind of texture, the difference between a 16th and an eighth note, it becomes a structural difference because those eighth notes become bass notes effectively, even though they don't happen on a strong beat. So and then when you have the A flat on the beat, and that harmonic relationship is so lovely. And even though it's just a 16th note, it still has the structural weight of a bass note. So you can try to let it ring for an eighth note, even though it's not written. Because like a pianist, they have a pedal. And a guitar, you can also let things ring. You don't have to be literal about the durations, right? You're not being literal about the durations.
Okay.
So, and then think also in this passage about syncopation and unsyncopation.
Okay.
So when the bass note starts to fall on the first beat, that's an unsyncopation. And when it's falling on the sixth beat or on the third beat, that's a syncopation. And so I don't know if you thought about that, but try to really feel it like that. Try to keep the dotted eighth notes
Completely.
I try to have fun with that as syncopated rhythms where the bass notes fall.
Okay.
And then later, a little bit later, you have another A flat. I'm looking at the third line from the bottom. You have another A flat, and then you land on the F on the fourth eighth note. Now that's not syncopated. It's a different level of syncopation. So you can think about levels of syncopation. And in fact, you can just model this by singing it to yourself. So from the beginning of the 16ths, you have a bass note on the downbeat, and then you have a bass note on the sixth eighth note of the next measure, which you did. You did a little slide. You did a little boom, boom. You connected it to the next beat. Not sure I like that, but it was very charming, and I know you did it on purpose. So, so you have, if you're just thinking the bass note, that's the rhythm. That's the drum set behind all of the figuration. So you have this rhythmic element. That's the rhythmic counterpoint of the line. It's one line, but has rhythmic counterpoint. So I'm not doing it right. There you land that unsyncopates. So this is something that's what it's going to do to your playing, we don't know. But you can still think about this. So now I'm going to sing from the A flat. I don't know if you're getting this, but from the A flat. No, I don't. Then you land on in the middle of the bar, and that's not really fully resolved because you're in the middle of the bar. Then where is he going? You're going to land on the middle of the bar again later. So let's look at this. You know why? It's because the piece begins in halfway through the bar. It begins with an anacrusis. So he's keeping that pattern going in the figuration. So this is the patterning of the piece, and you're keeping it going. You're really good. You're really good. I just want to talk about it. So let's play from there, where the sections start. you were doing a nice job of becoming very lyrical. Yeah, I was trying to sing the right pitches, but it becomes lyrical there. So can you be less lyrical in the part before, and keep trying to play in the second bar.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make the sixth beat a little more punctual.
Okay.
And maybe a little more, maybe think of it more percussive. Only because later you don't have the luxury of being able to make that take so much time.
Okay.
And in fact, I think you're taking time there is a luxury that try to deprive yourself of that luxury. Try to make that eighth note the same as the G sharp. So the G sharp, yeah. Try to make the duration of the G sharp and the duration of the B the same.
Okay.
It was really brilliant playing. I just have one request. Make the F, the Fa, make that talk to the A flats, the La bemol. So you have two A flats on downbeats.
Sí.
And then make the Fa go ya.
Okay.
So the F didn't talk to the A flat enough. The F is structurally equivalent to the A flat, and in fact, because of this piece always having 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1. So when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that acts as a rhythmic prolongation, you see? So, and the A flat chord is a harmonic prolongation. So he lands on the downbeat of the A flat instead of on the fourth eighth note. It's almost like a way of keeping the rhythmic interest until finally you get back to the 4, 5, 6. So you get back to the 4, 5, 6 on the F.
Mm-hmm.
Claro?
Okay. So...
Again. So one more time, just play the F louder. That's what it means.
Okay.
And full length on the eighth note.
Okay. I will try it from the same.
Same place, please. Same place.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to make another point here.
Okay.
I'm learning about the rhythmic structure of this piece. Your playing is really excellent. So remember we were talking about the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's doing that over and over again. He goes from the F. He goes 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. So have more fun with that. You see what I'm saying? So it's there when you play it, but don't let the guitar stuff get in the way. Make it even more clear, more limpido.
Okay. Limpido. Okay.
One more time. It's that on the E flat on the fourth beat has to be more limpido, más limpido por favor. Exactly the way you did the F before, it has to be as clear. You sort of were too worried about the fifth beat, and I didn't get enough fourth beat.
Okay.
So one minute. I'm not convinced. I want you to think about how much to stretch the fourth beat in those figures. When you have the three repeated eighth notes, you have la la la. So you have to do la 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 la. If you're doing this kind of dovetailing, like the elision, the line each phrase, there's a lot of elisions. If you're doing the elision, then I can understand that. And then sometimes, maybe you could elide. Sorry, that. One momentito. Hello?
Me agarra de la parte difícil, pues no.
All right, I got it. Yeah, so those repeated notes, take it from there.
Okay.
What can you do? Maybe you can make this even brighter. And what can you do? How can you make it more scherzando? I mean, mostly it takes care of itself. But just remember, maybe just be a little more crazy.
Okay.
Can you back up and get into it a few lines earlier?
Tempo primo?
Okay. From there. Bernardino, very, very good. You have a nice scherzando feel. Thank you. I don't see the slur. So ta 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 ta. You know, in other places you're doing it that way, and it's very tempting to slur it. But maybe because here in the scherzando you cannot slur.
Okay.
Pop pop pop. All right. Attack attack attack. One more little thing about these, all these figures. Every time you have ta 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 ta, the last one, either the third or the sixth, eighth note, they can be very loud because the next chord, the next beat on the downbeat has a chord, and the chord is naturally heavier. So, and also just because of the patterning, one doesn't need to be loud. A lot of times his crescendos goes to the first beat or goes to the fourth, eighth note. And even when he does that, you can back off because the orchestration and the power of the rhythmic structure is such that ta 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 ta. You can always back off if you want to. So because you don't have to be committed always do ta 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 ta
Okay.
ta 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 ta. In fact, it can sometimes really be beautiful ta 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 ta, because you have a big chord anyway.
Okay.
Try it that way, just for kicks.
Okay.
You know, this is just for variety.
Okay. Okay.
You just arrived at a harmony. You arrived at a harmony that puts the brakes on. So, you know what I mean?
Sorry, Maestro. Sorry, the time is over for Bernardino.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
Bernardino, this is such wonderful playing. Excellent work. And all of my ideas are really just like blowing it up and putting it back together again a little bit, because you did such fine work with this piece. So keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.